morning, Northeast Radio SD, Watertown, South Dakota. We're live in studio, and we've got a special guest with us from Joy Ranch in Florence, just outside of Watertown. We've got Jerod Jordan with us. Good morning.
Good to be with you.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. So we're going to talk a little bit about some young timber camp. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
That's the clever name that Mallory helped me come up with for the name of this camp. And the idea for this camp for me came from, I see in so many places where there's just a hunger among young men and young boys for just to learn how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
That we just, as a society, we've gotten so modernized and so comfortable that we just don't know like a lot of the older world skills. So I want to make a connection between young men and some of us older guys to just teach them things. Like, for example, what I want to teach during the course of this camp is how to change a tire, how to change the oil on your car, how to check the air pressure in the tires. I want to teach them how to change furnace filters. I want to teach them how to, if they need to relight a pilot on a water heater or on a furnace, how to do that. I want to teach them how to tie a tie. I want to teach them how to walk into a room and own it and greet people in a proper way and to make eye contact and have a firm handshake and how to be respectful of women and to treat women with the dignity and respect that they deserve. And just one thing, I do a lot of weddings through my ministry, and I probably in the course of a summer do more weddings than a lot of ministers will do throughout their entire career. But it's a lost art for us as men how to dress up.
Mm-hmm.
Like so often you go to a prom or to a wedding, if you look, I'll bet you 8 out of the 10 men that are wearing a sport coat that don't wear them very often. If it's a 2-button, they button both buttons. You don't do that. You button the top button. If it's a 3-button, you button all 3. But they just don't know that. So I'm able to teach them things like that. But just those kinds of life skills. A few months ago, I had an opportunity to spend time at the ranch with the Shamrocks hockey team. And I was telling them about this idea that I have for I want to spend time mentoring boys and just teaching them things that we as a society just kind of gloss over. And some of it is just kind of lost and it's too bad. And I want to recapture that. And I asked some of the boys, what would be a good thing? What do you wish you would have learned? And there was one young man who said that he grew up in a single parent household. It was him and his mom. And he gave me 2 things. He said, I wish someone would have taught me, well, 3 things. I wish someone would have taught me how to just cook a simple meal that isn't just warming up a can of soup. And I wish someone would have taught me how to do laundry.
Mm.
And I wish someone would have taught me how to shave.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 3 things that are on the list where I'm going to work on that. The other thing too is there's so many things that are not even specifically to boys, but just things we've kind of lost as a society. I want to teach them how to chop wood. I want to teach them how to split wood. I want to teach them how to start a fire. And all of those outdoor camping activities that you would regularly expect for kids to be learning at camp and doing and spending time together. I want to teach them about how amazing creation is and about all the miracles that are all around us that we just walk by and don't even understand. And the overlying emphasis of the camp is it's in a Christian environment with the other men that I'll have involved in it, and women too, because the Mallory and Morgan and Lexi out at the ranch, they have all agreed to let me model the proper way for men to behave around women so that the boys can see that. And boys are at such high risk. And I know lots of people say, well, what about girls? That's for a woman to do. I can't teach girls anything about being women because I'm not.
Yep.
But I can teach boys about being a man, and I can find other men to help me with that regard. And there used to be in our world and in society where there was one day you're a boy,
Mm-hmm.
and you do this ceremony, whether it's within a tribe or within a civilization, and then the next day you're a man.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that anymore. There's just this gray area where we've got boys that are getting older and bigger and stronger, and then we just expect them to do adult things, but we've never really mentored them and showed them this is how you do this. This is how you manage your finances. This is how you care for your family when you have one. This is how you're a good husband to your wife. So much of that stuff is just not outwardly being modeled and taught. We just think everybody's just going to pick up on it.
Mhm.
But I want to begin somewhere. And the baseline is for me to try and teach some younger men, boys, to come and learn some of these skills. And the list keeps growing. So I don't know how I'm going to do it in 3 days. And we'll get the list of what I've got together, and we'll look at the things that are really the most imperative and most important and prioritize that. The other thing is, because of the generosity of the youth council here in town and American Bank and Trust, there's no cost. And that it starts July 7th and it goes until July 9th, this camp. And because of that generosity, there's no cost. And they will receive it'll be all meals, and we'll have fun and do lots of fun things. They'll receive some gifts from us and from other people when they come to this camp. And I'd like to get to know each of the participants before they come, so that I can tune the criteria that we're going to teach to what the need or the expectation is. We're asking that people would apply. And on our website at joyranchofsd.org, there's a tab right on there that you can go to apply. And I've limited it to 12 because I want to make for sure that every participant gets a lot of attention and their needs are met. And I don't want to have so many that we can't facilitate and care for everyone that comes. Everybody that's involved is all background checked and safe and everything. We've got all of that in order. And if there's any concern about that, there doesn't need to be. And yeah, I'm excited about it. And it's something that I've suggested or talked about a few times. And Joy is so supportive. She's like, I think that's a good idea. We should try to do that. So then we applied to the youth council for a grant that they have available, and they gave us the grant. And then also the other stuff that from our calculations for the cost to do this properly, American Bank and Trust stepped up, and then they finished out the rest. So there's no cost. We'll take 12 boys, and that's, ages 10 to 13 is where we're shooting for, that demographic. And there's so many things that I just am so passionate about. With boys are exponentially more likely in this demographic and age group to commit suicide than girls. They're much more likely to get into trouble than girls. And that those numbers are compounded if there isn't a positive male role model and influence in the home. And I want to provide that for these boys. And hopefully we can make connections to where they can know there's a place that's Joy Ranch where they can always receive support and encouragement. And I'm going to be there for a long time and want to be that for them. And I've got other guys that are as passionate about this as I am that are going to be involved. And yeah. And if you have ideas, if somebody listening or watching has an idea, if maybe you grew up in a single parent home, or you didn't have any real good male role models, and when you got older, you're like, man, I wish I would have learned that. Please send it to joyranchofsd.org or our Facebook page, make a comment somewhere, and I'll make for sure that gets included in the list.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're talking the Young Timber Trail Christian Camp for Boys, July 7th through the 9th.
Correct.
And hands-on activities, outdoor adventures, teamwork, mentorship.
I'll teach them how to paddle a kayak and a canoe. I'll teach them how to tie fishing knots, teach them how to tie regular knots. I just love it whenever we tie something down to haul it anywhere at the ranch. I don't use a ratchet strap. I use rope and old school trucker hitch and taut line hitches and different things. Like, I'll teach them all of that kind of stuff so that they can it's pretty impressive if you see somebody that's tying stuff down and using a rope, and you could play it like a fiddle string, after you get everything tightened down and held in place.
Yeah. Well, it is impressive to do that. And I worked at an appliance store for quite a few years, and I'm very surprised at how many can't even use a ratchet strap.
Right.
So,
I know.
yeah.
I know. We think in the Midwest, and people, I'm sure in New York and in Los Angeles think we're still riding horses everywhere we go, which I'm not opposed to. Yeah. But there's so many of just those practical kinds of skills that'll come in handy. No matter what you do for a living, you should know how to do a lot of the things I'm going to teach you. And even if when you get to be successful someday and you don't need to know how to paddle a canoe or a kayak, it'd be a good thing to do for fun. And that's the goal, is just to give some life skills, to build relationships, and to hopefully minister to some young man who really is looking for a male role model to help him and guide him a little bit.
Awesome. And it's at no charge to those that want to apply and get accepted. It's all covered. And you just need them to go and fill out the application on the Joy Ranch website.
Yep. And the Joy Ranch website is joyranchofsd.org. And also on our Facebook page, there are links to it there.
Yeah. There's a nice flyer you've got. They can even scan a QR code if they want to.
Yes. Yep.
Or there's even a little link right there.
Yes.
Jeez. You guys are all set up.
And please, I do want to get some time for you to apply before the camp comes up, so I can talk and get some specific information from moms, grandmas, also, as well as the young boy that would be coming to learn some things that they would really like them for us to focus on and to make sure we teach them.
Yeah. Every individual's got their own unique journey, if you will. So,
right.
Yeah, the more information you can gather to
that's why we're keeping the group small, so that we can be as customized as possible and to fit and meet as many needs as we can for anyone that is going to come. Again, it's free, and please apply. And if you have any questions, you can call and talk to me as well. I'd be glad to sit down and talk to anybody. If they have any questions before they even want to apply, I'd be glad to do that.
Perfect. Okay. 605-886-4622.
Correct.
Ooh, I had that. I didn't have it memorized. It's right.
Yeah.
So Joy Ranch, that's the Young Timber Trail Christian camp. I like that.
The other thing that I just always assume that everybody knows and is just implied with Joy Ranch, they'll spend time with horses too. We'll teach them how to care for their feet before you go on a ride, how to groom the horse properly, how to saddle, how to put the headstall on, and how to ride a horse. That'll be part of the learning as well.
Perfect. Well, those are everything I heard is stuff, some of the things I learned on my own too. So those are great things, and appreciate that there's folks out there that do focus on those and even realize that there's individuals that need help with that kind of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. So you guys cover so many different things at Joy Ranch. It's great to have you guys come in and share that. So thank you for that. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other thing too is, one more time, I want to reiterate, I'm not ignoring girls at all. I don't have that skill set. That would be disingenuous for me to try and do that. We can do that in a different way, but 4-to-1 in this age demographic is boys committing suicide to girls. They're in a lot of trouble on so many levels. And I'm not saying that every boy that would apply or want to come to this camp is in that kind of trouble, but I just want to get ahead of, I want to change the lives of 12 young men. So that's not even something they contemplate, that they know that their life has meaning and has purpose, and that God placed them here to be here. Yeah.
And those guys go out and they spread that kind of positivity out, and it just keeps going and going. So, and more come back to you, and keeps growing from there. So, all right, Joy Ranch, reach out to them to learn more and apply. And if you have questions, reach out to Jerod. And thank you again for everything.
Thank you. Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much to your radio station and all of the things you do for all of us, especially us that are 501c3s and nonprofits. You give us a voice, and lots of people here that wouldn't hear our stuff any other way. So thank you so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the number one goal, because I think it's community first. That's what I chose for the TAG.
Yep, that's awesome. I see that as I come in.
Yeah.
But the other thing too is, we've also got opportunities at the ranch available for any veterans that have, through whatever program they're in, if you're dealing with any kind of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and we could provide an equine environment through your counseling process to help you with that, you just let us know and we'll make it happen. Because there are lots of counselors that would like to have the added element of equine therapy and just spending time around a horse. We're just beginning to understand how amazing they truly are. They can sense your heartbeat from feet away. I've heard different numbers, but at least 6 feet away, they know your heart rate. You sit on a horse, they're in tune with your emotions, and they can calm you down. You don't even have to sit on them just to be around a horse. And for the veterans, if they have anything that we can help them with, we want to do that. And also for boys, Ronald Reagan said it, and I think Will Rogers said it before him. There's nothing as good for the inside of a man as the outside of a horse.
Okay, I like that.
And I believe that's true. And in that man part of it, it means mankind, human beings. I don't mean it because women and horses is an amazing thing to witness as well. And I see it all the time. But if we can help any veterans, and also for the boys, they're going to have time where they're just going to stand around by a horse and they're just going to be in that. They even say they have a magnetic field that is palatable and that you can sense when you're around them, and they can calm you down. So that's what a better thing for a young adolescent boy that has the need to just be able to calm down and to be able to enjoy the moment. So those are things we do at Joy Ranch and want to keep doing. And thank you, Steve, for giving us a voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for doing the action. So it's one thing to let people know, but it's another thing to actually do it. So thank you. All right. Well, let's get back to some music here on Northeast Radio SD.
By the way, my wife is 10 times smarter than me. She is thinking and operating on this way elevated level from where